Evolution's Rail Contemporary, TimberTech's sleek, modern, continuous top rail style railing system. Evolution's Rail Contemporary's versatile design allows for 3 infill options with a template laser-etched onto the universal rail. It is available in a dark, rich color palette of classic black, brick, and traditional walnut. These color choices can be mixed and matched to provide a customized railing system that will accent the beauty of any TimberTech deck. Evolution's Rail Contemporary is sold in 6-foot and 8-foot rail packs and can accommodate straight and stair applications. Rail packs include 2 universal rails, hardware kit, top rail screws, and foot blocks. Intermediate balusters are sold in 36-inch and 42-inch heights. 1 intermediate baluster is needed for a 6-foot section and 2 for an 8-foot section. CableRail hardware kits are sold in 36-inch and 42-inch kits. Hardware includes quick connect fittings, quick connect swivel fittings, hanger bolts, and lock nuts. CableRail accessory packs include a quick connect release tool, lacing needle, and a driver bit. Sleeve protectors are optional and are sold in packs of 20. Top rail is sold in 16-foot lengths. Cable is sold in 100 and 500-foot spools. Post covers, post skirts, and cable cutters are sold separately. Color-matching end coatings are also available. And be sure to consider deck lights LED before installing railing. View the deck lights LED video for more details. Be sure to consult local building codes prior to installation. First, measure the distance between the posts for the top and bottom universal rail. Cut both universal rails to length with a fine-tooth blade. Attach one bracket to each end of the universal rails using number 10 by 7/8" screws. Next, install foot blocks to the bottom universal rail. 2 foot blocks are required for a section up to 6 feet and 3 for a section up to 8 feet. To prepare foot blocks, bore a 1/2-inch hole 2 1/2 inches deep, then follow with a 3/16" hole through the entire block. Pre-drill the underside of the bottom universal rail with a 9/64" drill bit. Attach foot blocks with number 10 by 2-inch screws. Next, use the intermediate base plate as a template to determine the intermediate baluster location on the bottom universal rail. Pre-drill the center hole with a 3/16" drill bit. 1 intermediate baluster is required for every 6-foot section and 2 for every 8-foot section. Line up the intermediate baluster with the bottom universal rail. For easier installation, pre-drill the screw chase with a 3/16" drill bit. Attach the intermediate baluster to the bottom universal rail with the number 10 by 2-inch screw. Now, place bottom universal rail between posts and align to the center of the post. Let the rail rest on the foot blocks with the intermediate baluster perpendicular to the deck surface. Next, attach the base plate to the intermediate baluster using the number 10 by 1-inch screw provided. Temporarily install railing between the posts. Mark the height of the post covers. Post covers should be flush with the top universal rail. Cut your post covers and posts to the desired length. Place the post covers over the 4x4-inch posts. 4x4-inch posts must be plumb and be no more than 8 feet from center to center of post. Install skirts by sliding them over the post covers. Position bottom universal rail with the intermediate baluster perpendicular to the deck surface. Center the rail between the post covers. Use an extra intermediate baluster, rested on the bottom universal rail, as a template for the CableRail hardware and through holes. Use a 3/16" drill bit to transfer marks onto the post cover. Position top universal rail centered between the post covers. Pre-drilled top universal rail with a 9/64" drill bit. Secure the intermediate baluster to the underside of the top universal rail with the 2 number 10 by 1-inch screws provided. Pre-drill 9/64" pilot holes through the post cover and into the post through the holes in the brackets. Secure top universal rail with number 10 by 2" screws. Finish off the railing system by installing the top rail. Cut the top rail to length. Make sure all seams fall at the center of the post. Pre-drill top universal rail with the 3/16" drill bit every 2 feet. Pre-drill and secure the top rail to the 4 by 4" post using two number 8 by 2 1/2" screws. Position screws 3/4 inch from the end of the top rail. Pre-drill through existing holes in the universal rail into the top rail with a 9/64" drill bit. Secure top rail to the universal rail with number 10 by 1 1/2" screws. Use optional end coating on exposed top rail ends. Using the marks on the anchor posts, drill a through hole only in the post cover with a 1/4 inch drill bit. Anchor posts should not exceed 60 feet apart during any continuous run of cable. For through posts, drill a 1/4 inch through hole, ensuring you keep the drill bit perpendicular to the post. Drill a 1/8 inch pilot hole into the posts. Install hanger bolts with the hanger bolt installation tool into the pilot holes in the post. Leave approximately 1 inch of machine thread exposed for cable take-up. Next, install the quick connect fittings and quick connect swivel fittings onto the hanger bolts. One side of your railing will be quick connect fittings only. The other side will be quick connect swivel fittings only. On one post cover, screw on the quick connect fittings snug to the post cover. On the other post cover, install provided lock nuts onto the hanger bolts. After the lock nuts, secure the quick connect swivel fittings onto the hanger bolts. Be sure not to screw these connectors tight. You will need extra threads to tighten the cable. When all the quick connect fittings are in place, it's time to cut the cable. Insert one end of the cable into the quick connect fitting. Feed the cable through the intermediate baluster. Cut the cable using cable cutters to length using the cut line on the hardware. Insert this end of the cable into the quick connect swivel fittings. Use a set of 3/8 inch open-end wrenches to tighten the cable using the quick connect swivel fittings. Hold the cable steady while tightening with the swivel end, ensuring the cable does not twist. If your cable is too loose, you can remove it and trim the cable. Once all your cable is taut, tighten the lock nuts against the quick connect swivel fittings. For through posts, drill a 1/4 inch hole through both the post and the post cover, ensuring you keep the drill bit perpendicular to the post. Protector sleeves are not required, but offer a more finished look on through posts. You will need a 1/4 inch extended drill bit. On each through hole, insert protector sleeves into the pre-drilled 1/4 inch hole. The lacing needle will allow for easier installation of cable through posts and intermediate balusters. Insert the cable tip into the lacing needle and guide through the post. If necessary, cable can be removed from the hardware by using the quick release tool. Slide the quick release tool onto the cable, insert into the quick connect or quick connect swivel fitting, and release the cable. Trim the cable if needed and insert the cable back into the hardware.